Hey guys, I just got back from Life movie, and before I go into spoilers or anything, general thoughts of this movie. It's awful. It's bad. Like really, really bad. Do not go see this movie. It is awful. If you're a fan of like horror movies, you might like it. I mean, if you're looking for your sci-fi horror movie though, don't go see this. Go see Alien. Just go watch Alien. I mean, it's way better as a movie. This was terrible. The monster itself, or alien in this case, I think is good. It's passable. I liked it a lot. I liked a lot of it until like the very end, and then I freaking hated everything about the monster. But the story goes exactly where you think it's gonna go, with not a lot of variation. The trailer completely ruins it. I mean, it kind of builds it up to make it feel like pieces of the movie are really far apart, but then when you actually watch the movie, you're like, oh, I saw this from the trailer, I know where this is going. Oh, I know where this is going. Yep. And so you kind of already know like the first like beginning quarter of the movie before you even get into it, which is really dumb. Not a lot of suspense there. I did really care. I'll give the movie credit. I did care what happened to the crew. Not them as people though. They're not memorable at all. Can't even remember their names. The only one I remember is Ryan Reynolds' character. He's the only one, like, I think his name was Roy, maybe? Like, he's the only one I know the actual name of. But they were a very serviceable crew, not really that great. But I really was just like, really? Are they really going to completely, like, screw everything up? Because, I mean, this spoilers, it's a horror movie, oh my gosh. Everything goes wrong? What? It's just a horror movie and things go wrong? Oh, crazy, I know. So let me break it down to you from character to character. So, first you have the guy you see in the trailers, the Black Doctor guy, who's the entire cause of the movie. Oh my gosh, I freaking... Oh! It annoys me because, you know, at first the thing is growing and you're like, whoa, cool, and then they fucked something up and like the air got decompressed a little bit and it just stopped. It's not dead, it's just chilling. And the doctor's like, well, we gotta like wake it up, you know, we gotta still do this. And where everyone's like, dude, this is already cool enough. We found life. Stop. Just stop messing with it. Just stop. It's not a controlled experiment. They said it's not a controlled experiment. We can't, you know, it's still unknown. So don't mess with it. Stop. Just leave it alone. If it's in stasis, that's great. Then it won't freaking wake up. And then you don't have to worry about it feeding or dying or whatever. You can just let it just chill there. Then when we get back to the Earth, then we have scientists who can actually study it in a controlled environment. But no, we have to have a story, so okay. Not really, maybe a spoiler, but he's handicapped. He doesn't have access to his legs. In reality, this would make make him a terrible candidate for being an astronaut, because, you know, re-entry, if you're in a capsule and it's going down in water, and you have a guy who can't use his legs, it's pretty bad. But the thing is, I'll give the movie credit. I'll let it slide because there was one instance where him not being able to feel his legs really worked to the movie's favor. So I'll go into that later. The commander, for someone who always follows protocol and for establishing protocol and protocol this, protocol that, does not follow protocol at all. Oh, jeez. Now, the way she actually goes out in the movie, spoilers, drowning from the coolant, that's a real, actual threat when you're on a spacewalk. So I like that part. That was good. You killed her off in a good way. You didn't just have the monster go and then kill her. Good job. Only stupid part is she's trying to get back to the airlock, and she untethers herself and jumps the gap while all the monsters on her. No, that's not what happens. If she was tethered and trying to get the airlock, okay, I can make that will be realistic. I can see she's trying to save her skin. But if she untethers herself and she has the monster on her and she can jump, instead of jumping towards the airlock where everyone is, why doesn't she jump away and float out into space? And then boom, movie over, alien dead. That's the first time they that's one of the times they could kill. I actually made a list. So Roy, best character probably Ryan Reynolds, the comic relief, great character, kind of liked him. Needed more screen time. Obviously, they killed him off really quick. First one, obviously. You know, trailers kind of ruined that. The way he goes out, I liked it because they show a rat being killed, and I was like, oh, they went really graphic. I was like, and then I knew Roy was gonna die in like a similar way, and then it went inside of him, and I was like, oh, please tell me it's not gonna do that thing where it's like it did with the rat, and like basically like choke it out, like around, like suffocate itself, and then like crush it, you know, and consume it. I was like, oh, but now they just kind of like had him like throw up a little blood and just bleh. I was like, okay, thanks movie, good, you did good. So the doctor guy, who has the most experience, he lives the sort of longest, not not really memorable. The little tracers, the little things on the tracer, that was good. Basically, the crew have to wear these little things that monitor their vitals so that they can keep track of them no matter when they're on the ship. That's great because later in the movie, the monster eats one, you can track it. They never use that at all, really, to their advantage. So I was like, I mean, a little bit. They're like, decompress it. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. This thing couldn't open doors. And this is where the intelligence comes in. The thing couldn't open doors. Just laying that down for now. The Japanese guy. Some reason reminds me of Takio from Call of Duty Zombies. Looks like uncanny. It's weird. He was good. When he got in his little sleep pod and stuff, I was thinking, oh, the alien's gonna open it up and he's gonna go, ah, and then he's gonna die. No, doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, cool. That's a pretty good thing. But then it gets around him and like starts, you know, pressing on the glass. I'm like thinking, oh, okay, is this monster strong enough to freaking break the glass and then kill it? Nope. I was like, okay. He dies because of the stupidest thing in the world. They send a message and only part of it gets through, that they don't know what it is and that something's wrong, and you know they know. So Houston knows something's up. So they send another thing up there to push it out into deep space. Somehow doesn't push it out into deep space. That's stupid. But first, they open up the hatch. Because the guy opens up the hatch, the Japanese guy, and then the monster gets through and kills everyone. And oh god, it's bad. But then it decompresses, and then you know, the alien's about to get sucked out, but doesn't, obviously, because reasons. Japanese guy gets, you know, caught in the decompression, gets killed by the alien. Okay. Oh god, the last girl, the other doctor girl, whatever you want to call her, the last person who survives. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. She was fine, she was bleh the whole movie, but then the ending killed it, and I'll get to it later. So, I have here times they could have killed the alien early. In the beginning, when it's in the lab, they could have decompressed the lab because all of the modules in the space station are individually wired, because they were added on over time. So this lab would be equipped that it could be shut off independently of everything else. Just decompress it, kill it, done. They knew that changing the atmosphere paralyzed it and made it go, you know, retreat. last time, so they thought, why don't they think, oh, just turn off all the air in there and just kill it. Oh well, there's still air in the cage thing that I could hang up to. Yeah, but I mean, like, that can only last so long, and then you just wait it out. But then, of course, they have to go torch it, and, you know, that ruins, and that lets it escape. The second time they could have done it was our commander doing a spacewalk, trying to fix the antenna so they can have comms. It doesn't get fixed. And, you know, she has the power to jump. Again, she could have jumped away. Doesn't do that. So she drowns. That was the second time they could have killed it. Third time they could have killed it was when they were using the fuel to try and pop it out when it was going over the engines. Cool idea. Dumb execution. They kept burning through their fuel way too fast. And they know they're burning through their fuel too fast. So why don't they just push themselves out into space? Done. Kill them all. Just kill them out. Kill everyone. And the third thing, decompress the station. There's a part where they know where it is. Just decompress the whole station. Let it die. Or just decompress the entire station. Kill everyone. I don't care. Just okay, so the monster's design in the initial stages was pretty good. Liked it. Liked how it grew and it got bigger, but didn't get so big it was like ridiculous, like bigger than a xenomorph, or like it takes up the whole module and stuff. It was pretty compact, and I like that. The movie did a terrible job showing the intelligence. At first, it was really cool. It could like figure out to break the rod and to like pop through the glove so it could get out. Okay, that's smart. But doesn't know how to handle handles or doors. Okay, it's kind of dumb. But then it does something really smart in the end, and I'm gonna save it for the end. And terrible. The monster develops this like face thing, and I get it. You're trying to make a face for this alien, so you kind of know what it. But it doesn't really need a face. It kind of was already doing this thing. We didn't really know what it was doing, and throughout the whole movie, it doesn't really feed. Like the one smart thing the black guy was there for. This is terrible. Because he's handicapped, he can't feel his legs. So the monster sneaks up on him, and we don't see it. It's off screen, but it sneaks into his suit and is starting to like feed on his leg, and he can't feel it because he's, you know, handicapped. That was smart, because they get in the thing and they get in the module and the whole thing's decompressed. They're like, okay, and then they see it moving and they're like, oh shit, and they open it and it's like, oh god, get it out, get it out. That was smart. I love that. That was a good idea. But the thing is, we just see things die when the alien's there. They just die. They don't really feed. It's weird. Like the rat, it just looks like it got like put in a bubble and then just kind of. It doesn't really like, you don't see like it eating flesh or anything. But there's blood everywhere, which it feeds on, and I like that. It was kind of like I didn't need to see the alien feeding on things. But once it grew that mouth, it was like, why do you need the fangs in the mouth? You've already been feeding on stuff the whole movie. You don't need it. Just ugh. Okay, and now the ending. Oh god, the ending. The ending is awful. It is one of the most cliched, awful endings I've ever seen in a movie. Now, me and my friends, we're sitting here watching the movie, and they talk about there are two lifeboats basically in the station, one on the left side, one on the right side of the station, you know, something like that. Or well, they're apart basically. They're on two separate sides, but close enough. It's weird how the station they mapped everything, but anyway. The guy's like, I'm going to lead the monster to my station, and I'm going to have it go off track and into space. You go and you go back, and it's all good. I'm like, okay, solid plan. I lean to my friend, I say, okay, here's what's going to happen. 1, 2 things. He's going to try and lead the monster there, and the monster's not going to take the bait, and it's going to go after the girl, and then they're all going to die. Or, it's going to go after the guy, and they're going to try and escape, and some bullshit happens and the monster doesn't die. It lives in the end because it's a horror movie and fuck you. And then my buddy said, no, dude, you know, it'd be cool. What if at this time, like, it's grown so big that it's actually split into two, like it's two aliens? And that way, and I was like, oh, so that way it didn't matter whose pod they were both screwed. Okay, that would make sense. That, you know, there's two of them now. They're smaller, but there's two of them. So it was trying to track both of them independently. It was divide and conquer kind of thing, and that would really show that the monster's pretty smart at this point. The alien is, you know, it's thinking, and it's, you know, oh no, they didn't do that. They did what you think they would do. So the plan is pilot brings these little oxygen little baton things with him to lead the monster out. Okay, and then he's gonna go into the pod, turn off the autopilot, and soar it off course into deep space. And the girl is gonna go into the pod and activate it, and it'll go onto autopilot, and it will make all the adjustments. No matter what happens, it will adjust and make the descent. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Those oxygen things, I know this is a horror movie, and movies have terrible pacing, but it seemed like the first two went out like that, trying to lure the monster down the corridor, and then the third one took forever. But that's just nitpicky stuff. The thing that bothered me was again, nitpicky, he throws the baton to his right where the controls are, and he knows that he just has to hold the control for a certain amount of time, and then they're done. They miss the window, and they go off, and both the alien and him die in deep space. Why he didn't throw it to the left? Because he's an idiot and he wasn't thinking, because panic. Okay, ooh, panic. So they both launch. There's some debris. You get hit and you see the girl freaking out because it's hers, and hers got jacked a little bit, but it reorients itself and it goes back on its path. Meanwhile, the guy is pulling up on the thing. He put it into manual. He put it in. He's got the controls. He's railing it back. And the monster, you know, grabs his hand, and you're like, no, he's gonna make it. And he's pulling, and then he's trying to get the other end. He's like, no, and he's stuck there. He's like, no. And you see the pod rocketing off, and you're thinking, yeah. And then the other one comes down. And it's so nice, like it's on autopilot, because it is on autopilot. And it's coming in, and it crashes into the water, and I'm sitting there going, don't fucking tell me. They show it land, they show it blow up, they show these Asian boaters, guys coming in. I'm like, they didn't show the woman in there yet, so I think I know where this is going. Yep. They look in the window, and the guy's, don't open it, saying no, and there's all these like little things attached to it, and the guys are like, oh, hey, let's open it, let's get him. Fucking idiots. And then it goes to the girl, and she's spinning out now. Thought it corrected it. I thought that was the point. And it says system failure of the thing. That means manual still works. So why is she going instead of, I don't know, flying the shuttle craft thing, the module. Sorry, module. Like, that's the other thing. The shuttle that comes up to dock with the station has no like explosives or nothing to kill the thing in case it's bad. They just threw up a couple of astronauts, say, hey, just go push it out there. Yeah. That goes nowhere. So it ends up with the girl who recorded this nice black box in case she died, rolling off into space. So she goes where we wanted the guy to go, and the guy goes where we didn't want him to go. Oh no, now the monster's here. Oh no. And I sat there at the ending going, oh, I get it. So there's going to be a post-credit scene, and it's going to show the monster like in the water because they landed in the ocean. So like, oh, they're going to like, and it's going to be like kind of like Godzilla, where it's like it's this new monster that's alien to our planet. It's actually tying into this other franchise so cleverly we just didn't know. No, just black screen. Fuck. movie's terrible. Just the main problem I have with this movie, number one problem, besides all the stupid stuff, the team, as much as they talk about protocol, as much as they talk about, they do not act like trained astronauts. None of them do. If you are in a situation where you happen being an organism that is killing things and is a threat to humanity, which they send the comms, so yes, they believe it is, why are they so focused on trying to get back? They shouldn't be focused on trying to get back. They should be focused on killing it and killing all of them in the process because they're expendable, because that's their job. Protocol dictates it. That's what it is. Protocol. That's what they decide. And then when they send the other crew up, they're like, it's because protocol. We signed off on it, you know. Well, this is my plan kind of thing. It's like, then why didn't you just kill everyone off sooner? And just say, we're just going to sacrifice. No, because then there would be no movie. Because that would be smart. Which NASA astronauts apparently aren't smart. The other thing I have in the movie that I have a problem with is when the black guy's going, it's all my fault. I'm the cause of everything. And the person's like, yeah, but maybe I'm the cause of it. And it doesn't matter. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't matter? What do you mean you're the cause? He freaking caused it. So why are you not just killing off everyone just to kill the dang thing? We know it doesn't, we say over and over, it can't. How? We knew it doesn't survive without a atmosphere that was established in the movie. So if they decompress the station, okay, think about this, and it goes into re-entry, it would die. Outside the station, inside the station, it would die because there's no oxygen, there's nothing it could use. The only reason why it got into Earth was because it was in the capsule, because one of the people was in it. See the problem? No, you don't see the problem. Logic! I better not making the second one of this. This was... And it really sucks because the beginning, the cinematography was amazing. There was this one tracking shot just through the whole beginning. It was so cool. And then the whole movie was just bad. I was super tense the whole movie. You know, I don't like horror movies. I hate them. And I was always tense at the beginning part because I knew the trailer and I knew what was going to happen. After that, I was kind of like... just kind of like... a little bit tense, but not like... what's going to happen? Oh no, horrified. I was not like that. I wasn't really scared. They even tried to do a jump scare of Roy's dead body, like in the part of the movie. I'm like, oh gosh. I didn't think it was that scary. Which is really a shame because the design of that monster was pretty cool. It kind of floated around and kind of the tentacles and like the wing things. It was cool. But I'd rather watch Alien. So if I was going to rate this movie for life, 2017, 5 out of 10. It's an average movie. It's good as far as like design, concept wise. Execution's awful. If you're any sort of science fiction fan, you're gonna hate this because of how inaccurate it is. If you're a horror movie fan, you're not gonna like it because it's not that scary. There's not much real suspense or real tension there. I don't know who this was made for, and I'm really kind of mad that this didn't come out around the same time as that new Alien movie, because I know people will be comparing them back to back, and I was so excited for this movie, and I saw it, and I was really disappointed. So that's my 2 cents. Leave a thought in the comment. Like if you agree, dislike if you don't agree, whatever, and see you guys later.